On today's program, in our program soon on the screen, we'll present the French comedy film Papa ou Maman. And Almaty has hosted the recital of German artist Nana. See the story in Art Event. In our program On the Frontline, we will visit the French film festival French Movie Today. And the hero of today's Master Has It is a ballerina of the State Academy Theatre of Opera and Ballet named after a bai, Nayla Krebaeva. On the big screen, the French-Belgian comedy film Papa ou Maman has been shown. The film takes a look at the lives of the couple Florence and Vincent, who after a long and happy family life have a crisis that grows into a divorce. And as the couple has 3 children, they now have to choose who will become the guardians of their children. Not wanting to take responsibility for the life of the offspring, they do everything to get custody of the children, and otherwise set themselves against one another. The director of the film is Martin Bourboulon. It stars Laurent Lafitte, Marina Foy, Alexandre de Rousseau, Anne Marchand, and Achille Potter. The solo concert of the German rapper of African descent has been conducted in Almaty. His nickname is Nana. Our crew couldn't miss this event and visited this interesting show. The popular rap artist, especially from the 90s, whose name is Nana, always differed by subtlety of lyrics and of course has an exclusive music from various genres due to his musical background. Such an unusual combination of styles, trends, and genres has made him a kind of standard classical music presentation. Many fans could not remain indifferent and instead filled the concert halls to the maximum. Today we have the concert of Nana. He will perform his wonderful hits for us, which are loved by all of us and have come from our childhood. All of his songs you can hear today, and they are especially just for you.
Time we met day one, kids in the garden playing games, having fun, exciting and amazing, having a real friend of mine. Feel my heartbeat and for real, I ain't lying. Face to face and eye to eye, using our hands to buy and supply. Chilling is cool from January to June, and we still stick together like the glue. You know the rules, forever you and I believe it was clear. If I ever to fall, I could count on you with no fear. Running out of time, I see who's fake, alone without protection from all them snakes. All for one for all. I was told black, white, yellow if you're young or old. Nana's in the house to let you know what I see is how I feel, and dang, I'm lonely, lonely, I'm lonely, lonely in my life.
His creative life began as a DJ in hip-hop clubs in the early 1990s. The popularity of the artist came in the second half of the 1990s. The first single was Top 10 German music charts. And the next single, Lonely, recorded together with Ray Horton, has become the most successful rap song in Europe. Currently, Nana tours extensively around the world without changing his style of Euro rap. He also collaborated with various artists and even recorded songs in German.
Rahmet to Kazakhstan for having me here. I always enjoy myself being here. I always love it coming back. I always get good treated. And I hope that your dreams, all of your dreams come true. I know your president, Mr. Nazarbayev, has big plans for this country, and I hope that the plans he has also become reality. And I wish that everybody stays healthy, blessed, and hope to see you, all of you, soon when I come back to Kazakhstan, when I have a concert. Hope to see you all of my concerts, so we have a great time. Until then, I'll say, Rahmet, stay blessed. Thank you.
Recently, Almaty has hosted the 6th festival, French Cinema Today, where Kazakhstani viewers can see new French cinema. The film festival, which has been assembled by UniFrance, the French Embassy, and the French Alliance, has been conducted with the support of the Almaty administration, and has become an event which already is waited on by the mass media and public of Kazakhstan. Through this festival, French cinema is firmly established in the repertoire of Kazakh cinema. Every year, many movie lovers can see the latest achievements of French cinema, meet filmmakers from France, and share experiences and exchange information, as well as introduce others to the Kazakh culture. The French government always has been directed in the development and the promotion of French cinema abroad. This is the reason why we promote it in our country. And we are very lucky because we have a budget that we can use for such events, these kind of festivals, so we can organize them in many countries. And for us, this is a very important objective, that we can make our movies watched everywhere. Last year, 37 French movies have been released in Kazakhstan. 37, I think, is too much. Approximately the same number of pictures released in England a year ago. And you can imagine this is a really big number. And in the end, Kazakhstan is now included in the 20-country list that releases the largest number of new rental French films. This is very important for us. All 6 movies that we will show here today are an absolute premiere in Kazakhstan. In the first years, we were afraid that we would not gather people in the cinemas, but now we're not worried about that. So now I think that success is that we don't doubt that the cinema halls will be full of viewers. This year, the program of the festival consists of 6 movies. At the opening ceremony of the festival, viewers could watch the melodrama Yellow-Eyed Crocodiles, directed by Cecil Tellerman, and the main roles are played by the famous French actors Emmanuel Berthe, Julia Desperdo, and Patrick Bruel. Also, the film festival program includes the following films: the melodrama 3 Hearts, directed by Benoît Jacquot, the comedy Jack and the Kingdom of Women, directed by Riyad Satoufa, and the melodrama Women in the Yard, directed by Pierre Salvadori, the drama Sils Maria, directed by Oliver Assayas, the comedy She Adores Him as well, which is directed by Jean Herry. It is interesting to note that 4 out of the 6 movies include the stars of the world cinema, the French actresses Catherine Deneuve, Emmanuel Berthe, and Juliette Binoche. Also, the Kazakh viewers had the opportunity to see the traditional program Night of Short Films, which consisted of 19 films this year. A director of one of the films visited the festival. Such a kind of event like French Cinema Festival is very important today. To show movies made in France far away from Kazakhstan and to see how these movies are accepted and touch the hearts of local viewers. My film in Russian is called Not a Simple Job. If to talk about the story, it's a life of a young man who leaves his home. It's a story about family and relationships and values. At last, this young man comes back home where his family, 3 women, a sister, a mother, and a grandmother are waiting for him. His sister calls him home, telling him that there is a secret that he has to know. And now he is back in his family where he was born and once left. The Prima-ballerina is a leading soloist and a performer of lead roles in plays. This is a dancer of the highest qualification. She possesses unique and original interpretations of her roles and high technique and artistry. Today's guest of our program is the Prima-ballerina of the State Academic Opera and Ballet Theater named after a bai, Nayla Krebaeva. She is a laureate of the international competitions in Korea, Russia, New York, and other countries all around the world. When I was in the 3rd grade, trainers came from the ballet school to recruit children. I was selected, and we also had to pass 3 elimination rounds in the ballet school itself. I successfully passed them as well, and I got into the ballet school without even knowing what ballet was, without visiting any theaters because I used to have a lot of gymnastics. I studied for 8 years in the ballet school. Of course, there were difficulties. After 3 years of my studying, they asked my mom to take me. So, since 2001, I have been working in theaters. This is almost the 14th season. Of course, now we are spiritually enriched. We know all the composers and choreographers. It's because the teachers at the school make a great emphasis on the arts, and we studied painting. There's ongoing great work that you can't skip rehearsals. The responsibility belongs to me and not another person. If I do it poorly and I don't do my best, naturally this impacts the whole work. During her professional career, our heroine played many wonderful roles. She was lucky to work with such ballet artists as Maya Plisitskaya, Galina Ulanova, as well as great teacher and choreographer Yuri Grigorovich. Each trainer gives us more experiences. They give us something new in technical terms and emotions. I always perform the entire repertoire of the theater. Swan Lake, Sleeping Beauty, Gazelle, The Legend of Love, The Fountain of Bakhchisarai. And I like this parts. But it's very difficult. The Queen of Mekhmene Banu in The Legend of Love. It's quite a serious and strong character who suffers a lot. But according to my capabilities, I am rather more lyrical of a dancer. Despite this fact, I perform very strong characters. I really like Swan Lake. Tchaikovsky's ballet Sleeping Beauty by the Fairy Tale by Charles Perrault, where there is an eternal conflict between good and evil, amazes one by the power of the emotional impact. The artistic discoveries and the variety of musical figures still rightfully occupy an important place among the masterpieces of world ballet. I dance a leading fairy, the Fairy of Lilac. I manage all the fairies and I calm people to make sure that everything will be fine. Good triumphs over evil. At the beginning, I always have a little panic and my hands are numb. But when I go onto the stage, I always feel better. And you dance for yourself, for fun. It is necessary for you to set a goal. Anyone, even a child, wants to achieve something in their life, and we must go on towards that purpose. You should not be lazy during classes. You have to give your best in everything. If something is painful, of course, it's better to skip this movement, but the rest of the exercises you must do fully and as much as possible. I have many diplomas and titles. I was the winner of the 3rd prize in Korea. I've participated in competitions in many Russian cities and in New York. I visited many exciting tours with our theater. I'm the mother of 2 children. My youngest child is now 1 year old. After the first child, I quickly recovered, but after the second, I thought it would be impossible. I have a dream. I want to be an honored artist of Kazakhstan. I hope this soon will be realized. Dance is one of the most unforgettable feelings when only a man and music can exist in the world. The movements of our heroine are filled with breath of the winds and the sounds of a heart, and they cause a feeling of freedom and lightness. She is like a bird flying through the air, completely given to the greatness of dance.